In A Murder in Virginia, Southern Justice on Trial, 2004, Suzanne Lebsock delves into the harrowing true tale of three women entangled in a quest for justice after being accused of murdering another woman on her farm. Garnering praise from both critics and readers, the book clinched the prestigious 2004 Francis Parkman Prize. Lebsock, a renowned historian and author, currently holds the esteemed position of Board of Governors Professor of History at Rutgers University. Her repertoire boasts an array of non-fiction and true crime literature, all centering on the pivotal roles women have played in American history. Set against the backdrop of Lunenburg County, Virginia, in June of 1895, A Murder in Virginia unfolds the chilling events surrounding the death of Lucy Jane Pollard, a middle-aged white woman found slain in her own yard with an axe. Initially, suspicion points towards William Henry Marble, known as Solomon, a laborer at a nearby sawmill, who promptly flees the county following Lucy's demise. His abrupt departure, coupled with circumstantial evidence, swiftly casts him as the prime suspect. However, as Solomon implicates others in the crime, the pursuit of truth takes convoluted turns. Through meticulous investigation, Lebsock reconstructs the fateful day of Lucy's murder, laying bare the intricate intersections of race, social status, and gender dynamics within the confines of this tight-knit community. Lunenburg's small size exacerbates the polarized relationships between blacks and whites, exacerbating long-standing tensions that culminate in the murder inquiry. Lebsock elucidates the deep-seated racial divisions prevalent in Lunenburg, where segregation reigns supreme and racial prejudice looms large. In such a climate, Solomon's swift arrest, fueled by racial bias, comes as no surprise, underscoring the pervasive injustices of the era. It comes as even less of a shock when three black women find themselves implicated in the murder. Authorities, driven by the looming threat of public lynching, are solely focused on keeping the suspects alive long enough to secure their condemnation. Suzanne Lebsock astutely observes that at no point do the authorities entertain the possibility of innocence for these individuals. Lebsock meticulously guides readers through the evidence and its aftermath. It is revealed that $800 in cash is missing from Lucy's residence, with her husband, Edward, renowned as a local moneylender known to stash his earnings at home. Solomon's unexplained surplus of funds paints him as the likely culprit, accused of burglary and Lucy's murder. In the constrained judicial framework of Lunenburg, this scant evidence suffices to push the case to trial. The narrative takes a grim turn when Solomon implicates three black women, Pokey Barnes, Mary Barnes, and Mary Abernathy, and the media's role becomes pronounced. Sensationalism sells papers, and journalists eagerly exploit the case's grisly details, wielding biased coverage that profoundly influences the case's trajectory. Lebsock argues persuasively that the media's prejudicial narrative effectively transforms them into quasi-jurors, overshadowing the pursuit of justice. In this media frenzy, the truth becomes a casualty. As Lebsock reminds us, amidst the sensationalism, guilt or innocence becomes inconsequential. The authorities and the populace of Lunenburg are singularly fixated on meting out punishment for the murder of a respectable woman in her own home, employing it as another pretext to oppress the black community. Yet, amidst this prevailing bias, not all media outlets are swayed so easily. Lebsock underscores the pivotal role played by the Richmond Planet, a black newspaper, in shaping the case's outcome. The paper not only facilitates legal representation for the three women but also galvanizes support within the black community. What initially appears as an isolated incident, a white woman's murder, transforms into a broader narrative exposing the systemic oppression of African Americans, exacerbated by the media's penchant for sensationalism. Lebsock astutely observes that while lynching looms as a grim reality for African Americans in Lunenburg and its environs, it represents just one facet of the myriad dangers they confront. Through a meticulous examination of the trials, Lebsock unveils the inherent biases pervading the courtroom. Where justice for black individuals is merely a facade, upon arrest, guilt is preordained. Spanning several months, the trials culminate in Solomon's conviction for first-degree murder, ultimately resulting in his execution. While the actual perpetrator of Lucy's murder remains elusive, Solomon is deemed at least complicit in the crime. Notably, the women are eventually acquitted, their release emblematic of a minor triumph for justice. While the mystery of Lucy's killer persists, Lebsock lauds the black media's instrumental role in ensuring adequate representation for the accused. Despite exhaustive efforts, the $800 and other stolen property remain unrecovered, casting doubt on the motive and suspects. This unresolved aspect profoundly influences perceptions of the crime, underscoring the complexities surrounding the case. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.